Hello class, this is the commitment survey self-assessment video. I took the self-assessment and now I'm creating my video to share my results. I really enjoyed the survey. It was a good assessment of where I'm at currently in some areas that I did really well in and some that I still need to work in. A couple of the questions I scored high on. One of the questions that said, I never cut corners in my training. I strongly agree with this because that is something very, very important. I believe for any professional, even if you're a coach, you're a teacher, whatever you do, you cannot cut corners. Especially if you really believe in what you're doing and want to be successful, you can't cut corners because you're only cheating yourself. If you really want to do something and you cut corners to get there, you're not going to be successful, and it's going to take much longer in that process. So I scored really high on that one. Another one that I scored high in was, sorry about that. I constantly have a purpose for my training. This is that thing ties into the cut corners. I constantly have a purpose. If you really want to do something, you're going to find the purpose in that. So if you want to be a great teacher, and you're going to be working on being a great teacher, that's your purpose. So if you're just working on something with no end goal in mind, then you're almost wasting your time, because if you really want to do something, you're going to do it to your full 100%, and you're not going to cut corners. So for me, those two questions tied in for me. The one I scored really low in was the recording my goals. I have always been a goal setter. I always told myself I was a goal setter, but I never record them. I always come up with goals in my head, and I think that's good enough. But this survey kind of made me give myself that self-assessment and say, is that good enough? And I found out it's not. Because sometimes when I make these goals, for one, I forget my goals, and two, I never write them down. So what I'm going to do now is start writing down my goals at the beginning of the year, whether it's teaching, coaching, write down what I want to achieve. That's so I can look back, halfway through the year and see where I'm at. I can adjust them, if I need to add something, or maybe just do something different because I'm not achieving my goals. And on top of that, I want to share my goals with somebody. So I want to make sure I have someone that keeps me accountable, because if I don't, I might just say, oh, I don't want to do that goal. But if I had that someone there pushing me to reach my goals, that would be very helpful. Whether it's my parents, my wife, a close friend at work, that's something I want to do. And how can we help our athletes or our students with this? We're, as a coach and as a teacher, we have a ton of eyes on us. So if it comes to cutting corners, if we don't cut corners, people are going to recognize that, and they're not going to want to cut corners. What I found out teaching 4th, 5th, and 6th graders is that they look up to us. They're going to want to do what we're doing. And if we're doing things the right way, then they're going to want to do things the right way. So this video was very helpful. This self-assessment was very helpful because I thought I was doing most of these things good. But in reality, I do need to work on a few things. And so yeah, I enjoyed that, and that's my video.